Hey guys, welcome back to the basic series. If you're new here, my name is Giselle, and in this video we're going to be going over the dreaded eyebrows. I'm going to show you how to fill these babies in, and you're going to learn all kinds of cool stuff that you didn't even know. If you're just tuning into the basic series, this is a multi-part. I don't even know how many videos they're going to end up being, but a huge series where I basically go over tips and tricks on the basics on applying certain parts of your makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and link you to all the videos that I have thus far down in my description. Also make sure that if you learned something from this video that you like it, and subscribe for more, hit that notification bell, all that stuff, and also leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts and feelings about this video, letting me know things that you want to see from me in the future. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do this eyebrow off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll do this one together, and I'll go through all the different things that I try to do in my brow routine, and so you can learn you something, okay? Alright guys, so before I take you from this to this, I'm just going to go over a couple of the different brow products that are out there on the market, just so that you get a feel for different things that you can possibly use for your eyebrows. The first being a brow pencil. Now I don't have one on hand, so I'm going to insert a picture right here. I used to use these a lot, but I found that it's a lot easier for me to use other products that are out there. Just because of my particular hair type. I have like very thick curly eyebrows. But these are really good if you're looking to mimic hair strokes, if you want something a little bit more natural, or if your eyebrow hairs are like very thin and wispy. Make sure that you pay attention to the actual crayon itself. I like the ones that are very thin, so that way when you go down and you like make your stroking motions with the actual tip of the pencil, you're actually mimicking the hair that's growing out of your face. You don't want anything that is too thick, because then it won't look realistic, it won't look like hair. You'll just be filling in your brow with like a crayon. Usually on the ends of those brow pencils, they have a spoolie on the end. Feel free to also use those and brush through your brows before you actually apply the product. That way you kind of get everything nice and evenly distributed because your brows are combed through. Now as far as brow powder, there are different options that you can use. They do sell actual brow powder from different brands like Anastasia, e.l.f. has some if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable. But even me, I cheat and I use eyeshadow. Like, why not? I mean, if the colors are available to you. So like, especially from this particular palette, I use some of the browns. This is the Desi x Katy Friendcation palette. And they have like a nice medium brown and a nice rich brown. And I use those to fill in either my eyebrows, or if I'm doing any friends' makeups, I will definitely use this. And to apply, of course, I use like a nice flat angled brush. Now on to my favorites. My favorites, as I mentioned before, I have very thick curly eyebrow hair, so I love pomades. Pomades are my jam. So in my brow particularly, I like to use a mix of two different colors. I like to use a dark brown, and I like to use this color, which is Granite, which is from Anastasia, which is very close to black, but is not exactly black. My hair is very black, and I never use the color black in my eyebrows. It is very concentrated. If you have very black hair, stick with a deep brown or something that's very close to black. Now with pomades, I like the consistency. They're very creamy. They work really well in getting exactly where I mean to place them. A lot of times with my kind of hair texture, I feel like the hair is very overpowering. So like if I'm using something as light as like a pencil and I make my movements throughout my brows and try to lay down the color, sometimes my hair gets in the way. But with pomades, they're so concentrated that that does not happen. And again, I apply that with a angled flat brush. Okay, so we're gonna start working on this eyebrow, and the first thing that I love to do is I just take a spoolie and I brush through, especially if you just put down like foundation and stuff. You wanna get that powder out as best as you can, so that way it's not mixing in with your actual brow products. So really quick, I just like to brush it through. Next, I take my deep brown, dark brown, whatever you want to call it, brow pomade. This one is from Ardell, and I really like it, especially because it's very affordable. And I just take that on my flat angled brush, and I'm going to make hair-like strokes in the front of my eyebrow. Very light pressure. And we're also trying to mimic what we have going on this side. So I don't really know if you can see when I'm looking like dead on. This brow starts out a little bit further out, so I need to create kind of like a front to meet this one in the middle and the same spot. So I'm starting out here where my brow kind of is not growing, and I just like make like hair-like strokes. And I'm gonna continue making those all the way from the front of my eyebrow. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like now I have like a little bit more hair growing right here. So I'm just going back in that brow product, and I'm just gonna keep working it until I get to where my arch is, and I'm gonna keep making those hair-like strokes. Okay, so now we need to kind of like shape out the top of the eyebrow. So I'm just taking that flat angled brush, and I'm gonna leave the front where it is, but I'm gonna kind of come in a little bit more, and then I'm gonna just draw where I want the top to be. You can use the same light pressure, and also keep in mind where the other eyebrow is starting. Okay, so now I'm going in with my Anastasia dip brow, and I'm going in with the Granite color, and I'm gonna now work on the tail end of my eyebrow. So I don't really know if you can catch this also, but this brow comes down a lot lower, and this one has like more of like an arch up here. So we're gonna try and even them out. So I'm gonna bring this brow down a little bit further. Now, your eyebrows don't have to be twins, but they at least need to look like they're related, like sisters at best, okay? They can be cousins, like real close cousins, but I'm trying to make mine look like sisters today. So I'm gonna go from that middle part where my arch starts, and I'm gonna bring that brow down. See, like I have no hair right here, so I'm just gonna kind of fill that in. And then with a little bit more of a heavier pressure than we were doing for the first part of the brow, I'm gonna finish out the tail end. So I'm gonna bring that down, and make sure that you're also looking at the other eyebrow, so that way you have an idea where it's supposed to stop, so that they look kind of even. And then I'm finishing out the top of my arch. Now for the rest of the way through, I'm not going back in the actual product, but I'm just gonna continue to make some hair-like strokes in the front using the Granite color, just to add some like dimension, so you have like the deep brown, and then you have the Granite working together to look like their hair. Now I'm also gonna take some powder to this, so I'm going back in with the Desi x Katy, and I'm going in with this color right here, this like medium brown, and I'm gonna run that in the front of my eyebrow, and I'm still making the same hair-like strokes. So I'm just coming in right in the immediate front of the eyebrow, and I'm just working that in a little bit. That way I can kind of create that like ombre effect. Okay, so the next step with my eyebrows is something that I absolutely have to do every time that I do my eyebrows, and I call it cutting. I don't really know what the formal term is for it, and it's pretty much where I take concealer and a flat brush, and I basically go right underneath my eyebrow so I can kind of clean up everything and make the brow look more defined. So I'm going to take my concealer, this is Fenty Beauty, and I'm going to take my flat brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of the product right here, and I'm going to get it on my brush. I'm going to place most of that color underneath my arch. Like my initial placement of the color is going to be right here, and then I'm going to just sweep it towards the front. I'm basically carving out what I want the bottom of my eyebrow to be. And then whatever you have left, once you are happy with where the color is distributed, you can just blend it down. And then for the rest, we just take a beauty blender and blend everything out. Okay, so last step is like absolutely have to do this as well. This is the e.l.f. brow set, and I basically just use this and I brush it through my eyebrows. Like I said, my hairs are very curly and very thick, and we don't want them to move as the day goes by. So I'm gonna take that and just run that through my brows, and I'm brushing it in the direction that my hair grows. And that's how you set your eyebrows. Alright guys, this is the finished product, and I mean, I know that they're never gonna look exactly alike, but like I said, they definitely look like they're sisters, okay? So we're living for this. Thank you so much for watching. I love beautiful brows. I think they frame the face. So I really hope that you learned something that you can apply to your makeup routine. Make sure that you like this video if you did learn something, and also make sure that you subscribe for more. I'm coming with more heat, I promise, I promise, I promise. And also ring that notification bell, that way you get that little alert at the top of your phone letting you know that I'm in the building with a new video, okay? Listen, let's talk for a second. I know that you still follow that girl that you went to high school with, and I know that she's still filling in her eyebrows with that black eyeliner that you lent her in 6th period, and it's not okay. So I think you should share this video with her. And don't lie, because I know you thought of somebody when I said that. So make sure that you share this video, okay? We're trying to help her out. Thank you so much again for tuning into the basic series. Y'all don't know how much this really means to me. I know that this is a small channel and we're making strides to become a bigger channel and reach more people. And with your support, I promise you this would not happen. Me like doing little things and getting more views and getting more likes. I love all of it. I love sharing all these tips and tricks with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. That was a lot of kisses this time. See you later. Bye. What are you still doing here? There's other videos for you to watch from my channel. The top one here is gonna be the next part of the series. If it's already out yet, I'll go ahead and link it right here and you can click it. If it's not there, that means that it's not out yet, and you should subscribe so that you can see when it comes out. The bottom video is gonna be the video that came before this, so we can get you caught up so that you know what's really going on, okay? What are you waiting for? Go grab a snack and watch the next video. I'm waiting.